Good evening. Thank you so much for coming. My name's Sarah Jane Mayberry, and I am your local artist. Today we are, excuse me, I have a little frog in my throat. Today we are actually adding some color to our character sketch. So that'll be kind of cool. I'm excited about it. Here is our character sketch. And this is the background and everything that is supposed to give it color. I'm actually really proud of it. I almost left it as is. In fact, I did not get a picture of it. I probably should have. I'm just gonna add a little bit of color and see how it goes. Or at least gonna add some color to the skin tones. So hopefully I'll be able to add a little bit that way. But we're gonna add it very little bit by little bit, okay? Alright, so bringing down the house, guys. If you are here the longest and most active in the chat, you could enter into winning one of these. One person a night gets their name put in there. The way you get your name put in there is you are the most active in the chat and you are in here the longest. If you are in here the longest and you're not active in the chat, though, it will not go to you. You have to be active in the chat, guys. Here is the 5x7 art that you could possibly, the print of the art that you could possibly win, and the 8x10 mat that goes around it. This is like a $250 value, guys, so I'm giving out to my followers, especially the ones that are watching me in the very beginning. I'm really appreciative of you guys, and the more you guys share it, the more I'm happy about giving away prints of my art. So if you are the most active in the chat and you are here the longest, more than anybody else, you could enter into winning a print of this. So I really appreciate you guys coming out. We are on YouTube. I upload the full tutorials there. I also create movies of the shows that I do, and I combine them into movies, and then I upload them to YouTube as well. We are on Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn. We have our own Discord. We post on Instagram, Threads, Red Note, Lemonade, and Favorite It. So if you guys are on any of those, check us out. We always are on there. So let's take a look at what we're going to do today. Here is a swatch chart that we had done earlier. The nice thing about the swatch chart is what it's going to do is I'm going to be able to match the colors of the skin tones to them, hopefully. That's what I'm hoping to do. We'll see if we are going to get that. We're just going to wait and, we're going to do this. So, we always take the first 10 minutes or so and welcome people in. Hey, the Crafty Jen. Hey, Shani Powell. Nice for you coming in. I appreciate you guys coming in. We are doing a character sketch today, and I'm adding a little bit of color to it. So we're just kind of waiting. I'm going to look. So, what I would like to do is try to put it in a insignificant spot so that if it does mess up the sketch, it's not going to be a big deal. So if it's like in the corner or something like that, something where you wouldn't notice it if it does go high wire and if the skin colors aren't going in right. So instead of messing up other people's, I figured I would go ahead and try my skin tones first. and see if that works, and then work up from there. Usually I try to work with the most harsh and then work up from there. We're not going to do it this time. We're going to do it a different way. Because I don't know if I should go ahead and use colored pencils. Either way, it doesn't matter, as long as we put some color to the sketch, because if you've seen the sketch, like, it's all just black and white. I mean, it's a nice sketch and all, but, I don't know, guys. Maybe I should have taken a picture of it. And I've been really, slow moving on this. This is of a reference photo I'm using from Kaleb Bay. He's a photographer here in Jamestown, and another photographer named Mike Smoker. Mike Smoker actually takes his drone up, and he takes pictures of our city, and so they both let me use pictures. So if you can see it in the background, there's paintings in the background. So that's from Kaleb Bay is the Reg Lenna, and then the Celeron Lighthouse is from Mike Smoker. And this one is of snow, but I haven't filled it in yet. We're not going to get done with this picture today. I am not going to be able to get done with this picture today. There's no way. This is something that's been working on for like 6 days now. This is something I've been very meticulous about. We're going to go in with the skin tones today and try to match the skin tones to the faces. So we'll do that in about a minute. I really appreciate everyone for coming out. Thank you so much for coming in and just staying for even just a couple minutes. I appreciate it. Alright, it is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let me show you what I'm going to do. Now, and I believe the reference photo that was taken of the picture of us was from Lisa Schmidt, but don't quote us. Don't quote me. I think that's who took the picture, but I'm not exactly sure. Let's look here. So what I have is I keep my bag here of my stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going over and I'm going to erase the pencil marks. Everywhere except for where I didn't put the ink. So obviously if I erase pencil marks, then we don't know what it's going to look like. So we're going to do erasing some of the pencil marks. I'm just erasing all the pencil marks that we had put on here. Oh, hey, Mama, the Dashtown came in. What's up, girl? How are you? So glad you came in today. Drop in the chat a little bit about you and what you're doing today. What I'm doing is I'm putting some color on a sketch. So here's my sketch. Kind of detailed. But right now I'm going in and actually erasing all the marks underneath. So that way when I go to add color, there's no smudge marks underneath. Because this paper has a problem with smudging. Badly. This isn't a normal paper that I use. Drop in the chat a little bit about you, man. I'm just going over, And I'm just erasing the stuff, guys, so I know this is kind of boring. But that's okay. There's a lot of details that we have to do to make it look nice. So the reason why I'm actually erasing the sketch underneath, which I don't normally do, usually I just paint over it and call it a day. But this paper tends to smudge really bad. So I don't want it to smudge. So I'm just going over it with an eraser and getting all those pencil marks off. Alright. So here's what I'm doing. I don't know. I don't want you guys to see the picture. So what I do is, here's my picture. I don't have rights to the picture. I didn't ask the person who took the picture and enough time to show you the picture. So that's why I'm not showing you the picture. So if you basically all I'm doing is putting the skin color, and I really need more of a light. Let's turn this light on. I guess I need a little bit more light. So I'm actually looking here. Thank you guys so much for joining. So I'm taking the color swatch, and I'm basically, here, let me show you how I'm doing. You can't really see the picture. So you take the picture and you line it up next to the thing. And see how I do like a side by side? And that way you're able to see what colors to use on each person. So we want to start with the lightest person, and we'll go from the lightest to the darkest. So let's go with his beard. Macaroon Ecru. Macaroon Ecru is what it looks like. Actually, what I'm going to end up doing is the cotton. Because the cotton has a shimmer on it. And I think the shimmer would kind of go well with the, with his beard hair. You know how it kind of gets a glimmer? I think that would really make it a deal. So, let's use cotton for it. Let me grab the brush. The lightest parts are on his cheeks. So we're going to add it right directly to the sides of his cheeks. I just added a little bit of white. Appreciate you guys coming in. Drop something in the chat. Let me know how you're doing today. Alright. Susan Thomas goes, I'm here. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Sue. Thank you so much for coming in. So what I'm doing is I'm color matching. I'm trying to go from the lightest color to the darkest color. Oh, you just got the #1 gifter badge, Susan Thomas. Good job. So what I'm doing is I went with his beard first. You see how he's got like a reflective coating on the beard? Can you see that coating? How it's white? So I did that because it gives him the shimmer of kind of where like the sun's, or like, yeah, where the sun's hitting it, and it kind of gives that shimmer. Susan Thomas goes, I see. Cool. Alright. Alright, and then we gotta match it up again. So we're going for a very dry skin tone. So what's the next step? Okay, so we just did his beard. What we're gonna go do is somebody else's skin tones. I'm trying to skip around a little bit so that it gives the beard a little bit of time to dry. Oh, thank you so much for liking the live, Sue. I appreciate you. Yeah, so we went and I got his beard, and now we're gonna go for our friend to the left of him, and we're gonna do his skin color. So let me look at his skin color and kind of look where I think. So I'm thinking like a macaroon rose. So it's a real soft white color. Alright, so let's take this really soft white color. It's almost like a pink. That's right. Oops, I got that right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, I was going to go way too over. I'm so glad I checked that. Okay, so what I was doing is I had the wrong spot. Alright, so we got that a little bit. So we're going to take this and do the outside lines of his face. Now I'm not doing his whole face this. All I'm doing is taking it and doing the sides of his face, like his cheeks, the highlights. You can drop anything into the chat. I'm paying attention to the chat, guys. Alright, now we're going to go and we have to move to the white. What I'm doing is I'm using a macaroon rose. My macaroon rose for a skin color. So I'm going to show you this. Do you see on this cheeks how it's kind of shimmering a little bit? I only put the slight hint of the rose. So what that's doing is I'm putting like a line here and a line here and a line here and a line here to highlight his cheekbones and the the redness of his cheeks from the cold against it. Now what I'm going to do is follow up and use a white and go around it. So I don't want to use that same white that I used for the guy's beard, because the guy's beard is kind of like a shimmering, and we don't want it to be shimmering for his face. So let's go ahead and match the color up here again. I know there's so much matching, guys. It's kind of tough. I'm just looking here and trying to see. Okay, so this little one, this looks good. It's called a macaroon ecru. Macaroon ecru. E-C-R-U. Ecru, right? Is that how you sound that? Spell that out. It's weird. Okay. So I'm taking this, and I am actually going to go around and highlight the white. Now these are going to be super hard to see. You're not really going to be able to tell unless you're up close and you have the original. Alright, I don't really like that. Let's see here. It gives it more of a gray to his face, and that's not what I really like. Not every swatch is going to come out perfect, so that's okay. And no one's really going to be able to notice it once I get everything down. I'm only doing the first layer, so I'm not too worried about it. Alright, let's try to match somebody else's colors. So then we're going to use the pastel orange on his neck. So the same guy that we did the white on his beard, we're going to do the orange, pastel orange on his neck. Alright, and then we're going to do it up with a little bit of dark. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Then we're going to follow it up with a dim gray. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to add dim gray to his neckline. And then we're going to follow it up around with the pastel orange. I'm really excited about this. It seems like this color is going to go on really well, guys. It's going to turn out really good. I'm excited. Alright, so what else do we want to do? We want to kind of give this dude some color in his face, so let's add a little bit of color. It's kind of hard because he's a little bit on the pale side. Let's add, I think I had white before and it didn't work out very well. Let me try adding white one more time. I don't think I did. Oh no, that's good. So I'm just adding a little teeny bit of whites. Thank you so much for coming in. You can drop something in the chat. I'm here, I'm here to chat while I do this. I don't usually. Susan Thomas goes, you are doing one person at a time and then the next. Oh no. We are skipping around, Sue. So let me show you what I mean. So we got this gentleman where we did the beard and his neck right there. And then this gentleman we've got underneath his eyeglasses and just the sides of his cheek. So I need to make more. I guess what I need to do is kind of, I don't know. I don't want to do it too fast because if I do it too fast, then the colors are going to be off. And we don't want that. Okay. All right, let's look here. So we have that gentleman that has a white beard. Let's do something with a little bit of color on his face. Let's do him with the red cheeks. And I'm adding a little bit of pink around his nose, just to give it a little bit of highlights. Okay, so that looks good. You don't want that mixing colors? No. This time, if it's not dried. Yeah, this time I'm doing a dried. Some of them I might mix, but as of right now, I'm trying to do the definitions of the face. So I kind of... It's okay. With him, he's not mixing, he's doing dried. With him, with the orange neck guy. With him and the pink cheeks guy, I'm mixing him. So it just depends on the person and what I'm doing. Let's see if we can find some more skin colors, skin tones. Alright, so let's go ahead and... I really wish we had more space. It's hard to mix them? No. Not hard to mix them at all. I just don't have a little plate to mix them on. So I mix them on the paper normally. And it's just the way I do things. You don't always have to do it that way. Alright, let's go ahead and add a little bit of skin color to this guy. Oh yeah, let's add pearl. 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5. So now I'm adding pearl to this guy's face. adding the colors in there. There we go. So that gives them a little bit more color. I could use the paper plate, but I don't want to. I don't want to use up my. I don't want to waste my paints. Because see, what we do is if you put it on a different plate, then it dries and you lose a lot of that paint unless you want to reconstitute it. And I'll have paper plates. People I know have paper plates all over the place because you can just add water to the paper plate and then it's a big mess, and I don't want it all over where the kids can get into it, so I don't do it. I just don't. Let's do these. Oh, I like that. I don't know if we might have to end up doing a couple layers of them. Yeah, I just don't want to waste my paints. It's a brand new thing. So instead of doing that, I just yeah. Let's look at what we have here for skin color. Could have sworn there was a lot more skin color when I thought I was looking at it. 2, 4, 6. So we're gonna go 6 in. So we're gonna do macaroons, Bia. So do you see how I'm painting? I'm doing it in a real dry mode, but do you see how I only put a little bit of paint on the edges? And then we're going to use other colors, and we're going to paint around it. Okay? Okay. Susan Thomas goes, that's good. Thanks, Sue. I'm going to do macaroon pink for the cheeks. And then I'm actually going to use a paper towel and just dab it. I'm going to use a little bit of that pastel orange. How's you been doing? Do you have any projects you've been working on? Do you have any questions? You want to see it? Okay. That I can do. So very slight colors. Very slight. I'm just going in there with this is a detail detail paintbrush. Tomorrow I want to start Christmas gifts, Susan Thomas says. Oh, that's a good idea. Well, if you ever need any thoughts or any ideas on what you want to do, let me know. I'm here to help. Alright, what else are we going to use? Sue says, making gifts is a challenge for me. Well, like I said, if you need any help, let me know. I can't, actually do the gifts for you, but, I can tell you how to do them. And give you pointers and stuff. So I'm going to do auburn red for my lips. For a part of it, and then the other part, once it dries, I'm going to add. Oh, I'm going to do an auburn red for my lips to do the outside edges, and then I'm going to fill it in with a pink. Let me show you what I mean. Here. This is super cool. So see how I added auburn brown? It's almost like a brown, but it's actually supposed to be auburn red. And then I'm going to add the pink where the white is. I just got to let it dry for a second. So kind of blow on it. Yeah, let's add pink. We want more of a... So I'm going to use, instead of pink, I'm going to use the desire color for the lips. Alright. So we're just going through super slowly and just doing the skin colors, guys. Alright, we're going to use this color on him. Macaroon sepia again. I really like this color. I'm so glad you're here. Susan Thomas is still here. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now we're going to do the pink for his cheeks. Alright, so I got macaroon nose. Keep colors or numbers in a book, and next time you need complexion, you'll have it at your... Well, I have it on this. All my complexions are on this. But because everybody is in America is such different skin tones, and I use such different light sources and stuff, there's not really a skin tone color, because sometimes I'll use like blue to do the cool highlights on a face, or like purple, or sometimes I'll put in a face, like I'll even do colors on a face. So, or it could go anyway. But that's a good idea. I like that idea about keeping your colors for the complexions all together. I might do that. If I get a chance to, I'll do that. This is also, you gotta remember, this is the first time I've ever used this watercolor, other than using the metallic silver on it for that one painting. I hadn't used this at all. This is the first time I've actually used this. I'm super excited about it. Alright. It's a lot easier when you have it written down, really. Yeah, I might have to do that. This one's not working out like I wanted it. Should have just left it without color. Maybe I should have left it without color, guys. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do it written down too. I think you like your idea. Do you have any questions for me? Well, I could always put it in the photo box if you'd like me to, Mom. The only reason I didn't do that then is because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to see it well enough. And I wanted to make sure I did a good job on it. So, it's the only reason why we're not doing the photo box tonight is because we're trying out something a little new. This is where I sit at when I do my favorited app show. So I do an after party on favorited, and I always do it over here, and this is where I do all my painting and stuff. So I kind of did it as like a throwback to favorited because I started on this on favorited. So I kind of was like continuing it all in one stuff because I'm thinking about putting all these shows together and creating a movie on CapCut. So I'm really excited about doing that. So let's see if they can keep getting through this. Alright, so I'm slowly getting them down. So let me show you what I'm doing. So I'm not exactly sure. I like the colors on it. I'm kind of sad that I put color on it. I should have probably left it the way it was. But I don't know. It is a character, so maybe... Oh, it's telling me I have to drag the puzzle piece. So, I don't know. It doesn't look like a very good character for me. I started out, I was super excited about this, and now... Seems like I am less and less excited about it, if you know what I mean. So we're going to go through it slowly but surely, and I'm going to do my best. Using Misty Gray and doing the rest of his beard. It'll look better tomorrow after drying. I hope so. I might have to add more water to mix the colors a little bit better. Like I did on the other guy. I might have to. Alright, so let's see here what we've got. Oops. Isn't this fun? It's a little nerve-wracking because I'm worried about the colors. That's kind of like, that's a lot, right? I don't do realism. It kind of gets my anxiety going. Now I'm using Macaroon Peach, and I'm doing the leader's face. Alright, that looks good. You work hard, I'll have fun. You work hard, I'll have fun. Yeah, it sounds good to me. that's kind of what this is designed for. It's not really designed for you guys to like paint along. It's more or less for you guys to kind of relax and enjoy and talk and watch the show and have a sip of your special drink and just relax and watch. And you're more than welcome to text and message and talk to me while I do it. Ask me questions. Tell me what colors I should use, whatever you think. So I'm adding the pink flamingo pink to her cheeks and her chin and her face. I'm glad you're having fun. That's what it's designed for. All right. Okay, so that's gonna dry. I can't show it to you guys because I just put quite a bit of water on her face because I had to add color to her chin, and I wanted it more of a more of like not dry on dry. I wanted it wet on wet. So basically, what that does is it spreads the pigment out more wider. If you're doing dry on dry, the pigment will just stay right on top until you add more water to it and it spreads out. Oh, Vernell, I'm so glad you came in. Vernell says, the only thing I would do is everybody has different complexion. Yeah, that was the point. We're all different. Brunel goes, hey, and Brunel 421 goes, hey, Brunel. Brunel also does live, so if you want to put something about your lives in the chat for now, I'll read it off for you. I know she does arts, crafts, and I put it in the chat, so that way I read it off a lot nicer for you. It gives me a little promptu kind of thing. Susan Thomas goes, boy, am I good. Oh, you're adorable. Bruno goes, good. How are you? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. We're adding color to our sketch that I wish I would have never added color to. It's in its ugly face and I'm not liking it. But that's okay. That's okay. This is probably the second time only on camera that I haven't really liked what I was making. Well, I liked what I'm making. I just didn't. So I'm glad I took a picture of it before. Do you want to see it? Let's see here. Is it dry enough? Oh, it's still too wet. I can't show you. It's soaking in. How are you, Vernell? So Vernell does seeds. She does arts and crafts, masks, keychains, hats, t-shirts. You name it, she knows how to do it, man. Check her out her lives. Yeah, so I'm letting it kind of sit here for a second. This is only the first layer. This is rough, man. Alright, so what are we gonna do about her skin color? We're gonna have to fix it. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. What color skin would we want to give her? That color. We're going to use that macaroon red again. Well, thank you so much for liking the live, Renell. I appreciate it. Renell, Sue's here too. She's keeping me company. I'm so glad you came in. Keep me company. Thank you. I appreciate it, girl. Alright, so I'm looking here, and I'm trying to figure out what color else to add. See, she doesn't really have brown skin, so we kind of want to keep it on the pinker side. Pinker and whiter side. Oh, Brunel said, hey, Susan. Brunel goes, of course. Girl, you have no idea how much it's appreciated. Really don't. See, she doesn't really have pink. She doesn't have really... I always want to give people my skin color. It drives me nuts. And I hate doing that. So as an artist, I really try my best to make sure I see each person individually and try to do different colors. That's why when you were saying, hey, they're all different colors, I'm like, yeah, we're in America. They're all different colors. It's funny. I gotta think about what I'm gonna do here. Okay, I figured it out. We're gonna do Angelina Brass, so we're gonna do a brass color on her. Oh, I like that. I don't know. I just hope these guys aren't going to be very upset that I'm doing their colors. I hope they aren't upset that I'm doing their picture. I hope they like it. That's basically what I'm saying. Is I hope they like it. Hey. Alright, Renelle says she'll be right back. That's cool. Hope to see you back for now. Let's do the macaroni sepia just in case. Okay, that looks good. Susan Dove says they will. They are the crew. I hope so. I worked really hard on it. This is gonna be like an all week kind of thing, man. I go tomorrow and I start. Tomorrow is my rocks, and I can't wait to do a rock and take a break and just sit there like this and lay in my bed for a little while and just kind of think about what I want to paint next. You know what I mean? And take a breath. Susan Thomas says, The Crew. So I spent an hour and 10 minutes doing just their skin color. Lovely. Alright, so let's look here. Let's keep working on their skin color so that it looks good. Like, permaculture is life. That sounds like the dude. Hey, the dude, how are you, man? The dude does cooking. He made a roast one time. He's pretty cool. Guys, I need it to dry, and I don't want it to go too much further. I know I don't usually go this low on a Saturday night. Usually we're here partying until real late. I mean, I've been on here for every night from 8 p.m. until 10, and then on Favorited from 10 to 1. So, I mean, I'm doing 5 hours of streaming every night, guys. I think what I'm going to do is take a break here and pause. I think it would be probably the best idea, just so I can kind of take a break and look at the painting. I don't want to keep messing it up. I want to take my idea on it. So we're going to just let it go, and we're going to let it look, and then I'm going to see what I want to do with it for tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go off here at 10 o'clock. I'll be on Favorited. I'll make sure I put it in the posts. I'll see you guys on Favorited tonight at 10 for the after party. All right, thank you guys so much. You have a good night.